It's great. We hang out, we chat, we complain about how bad Kingdom Hearts is. I complain about how bad Kingdom Hearts is. We've got a Zagras here, which beats the MDFC, which I think is the second pick in this pack. Third pick territory, we're looking at like a Fisher Wizard or a Gnarlid Colony. If I'm already deep into the blue-green kicker deck by pick 3, I would consider the Risen Riptide, but I think this is a pretty easy Zagras here. I complain too much about Kingdom Hearts. Yup. I like the story. I don't really like the gameplay. I like the gameplay of 1 and 2. The spin-offs... Although, Birth by Sleep 0.2 was fine. I suspect because I think it has Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay. I think it was basically a preview of what Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to look like. It's the first game that has the new graphics too, which was graphical whiplash, going from all of the other games to Birth by Sleep 2.0 or 0.2. Here we get an MDFC, which I think is better than the Spellcraft. There's a Diviner. There's not much else going on here. So I think we'll take the MDFC. There's something to be said about just cutting red to try to make sure that we're playing red, but I think we take the MDFC to stay a little bit open. Kingdom Hearts 2 is great. Yeah. Discord link. If you go into Discord and you go into your settings and connections, I can't see it because I'm in streamer mode. I think it's connections. You add your Twitch account to it, and it will just show you all of the channels that you have access to because you are a Twitch subscriber. Yeah, we're going to take that MDFC. Would that card be worth anything on MTGO? I don't think Zagras is seeing any play. It's still early in the set, so it's still probably worth $1 or $2. And here we're going to see that it's actually worth like $1 billion or something. 0.01, really? Wow, that is in fact a worthless rare. I don't see those too often. We get a Scion of the Swarm, which doesn't exactly go into the black-red deck, but is a very good card, and I wouldn't hate being black-white splash a Zagras. Otherwise, there's a Nahiri's Binding here, Geyser Mage, but I'm just going to take the Scion and see where we can go. Has low commander playability. I could see that. I could see that. Merfolk Windrobber. If you're in the right deck, I don't hate it. If you're not in the right deck, I hate it. But yeah, let's take the Scion, see if we can get into black-white, which I've not had success with. I've seen other people's have success with, and whenever I've tried it, I've not had success. We get a black MDFC here relatively late, which I would consider taking as a sign. I would take that as a sign, as you and you and you are not playing black. Is that just Lola? Is that the actual just Lola? Yeah, we'll take Palaka Predation, I think. The exciting one is blue-black? Yeah. The Soaring Thought Thief. Kelly Ambush a little bit late. Why aren't I just drafting all the rare? Yeah, that's what my spreadsheet says to do, right? But because of that, it's going to take me 31 drafts now to collect all the rares it suggests based on its counting. Such a weird spreadsheet. So I mean, if we're going to try to get into clerics, the Blight Priest is going to be very important. So let's take the Blight Priest here. I guess I should be marking off these cards that I'm drafting, because it also keeps track of your uncommon collection, which I'm actually kind of curious just how fast that goes. And the answer is it looks like it goes fast. I've already collected 62% of the uncommons in the set. Here we don't get anything for our deck. We don't really get anything for anybody's deck except for an Electromancer or a Baloth. So I mean, there's a chance we're not black-white. So I guess we take the Electromancer in case we're Zagras party people. Is my guess. Is my guess. I can start now? Perfect. 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 Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hey everybody, welcome. I wasn't going to do the entire intro, but then I decided to commit to the joke. We've got a core Celebrant here if we want to just try to get back into that black-white, and I mean, Priest plus Celebrant is already putting us there with the Scion, so I think it's well worth it to just force our way into black-white clerics here. The other pick was probably that Hellion there. Here we get ourselves a practice tactics, which I've actually rather liked, if you can guarantee you're getting 4 off of it. We're going to load up on clerics. We've got a wizard and a rogue, so I think we can probably get ourselves there. I like it more than the unity, more than the pressure point. We want to force ourselves into black-white, so yeah, I'll take the practice tactics. We restarted the stream because Curtis Newton said that they were here now, so now we could start the stream. So I did. I don't like any of these cards. I'm not going to play this in our deck. We're not going into red for this. We're not going into green for this, or blue for this, or green for this. So I guess we signal. We tell our person to our left, hey, get into red, green, or blue. Hey, get into red, green, or blue. Hey, get into red, green. Get into red! Hey, we get to take a rare finally. This is a bad rare, but I get to write it down on my spreadsheet. We'll take a spare supplies, but we're not going to play it. How come I don't record the streams and post them on YouTube? I don't really like them on YouTube. They don't perform that well, first off. Part of it as well is because we constantly are, you know, jumping over and doing stream raiders or doing marbles or doing stuff that nobody's going to watch. And posting videos that nobody watches really, really, really hurts your metrics. It hurts your discoverability. It really hurts your channel. Not that my channel is doing well. So maybe it'll be something that I'll look at. But that's the thing is, you know, I like the YouTube to be a produced video that I put up. And streams are very not produced. Streams are me hanging out and doing dumb stuff like that stream restart that I just did. Doing jokes like that. So that's why. Yeah, we got Null Priest, which is amazing. I would love if this Sky Cleric comes back around. This is one that people look at and they go, no, that's not very good. I'm not going to pick it. So maybe we can get that. Obviously, I'd be happy if that comes back around. If that comes back around. If that comes back around. We've got stuff here. So I'll happily take that Null Priest. And we'll write it down on my spreadsheet. The spreadsheet's useless, but I've put the work into it, and I'm now committed on seeing it through to the completion of the set collection. We get past a Deadly Alliance, which I am fine with. Totally fine with. Drink beer on stream and get drunk? Yup, because I do that a lot, don't I? Hanging out down the street, the same old thing that we did last week. I had a minor second where I could not place what TV show that was from. But I got there. Yeah, Deadly Alliance here. I'll take a Vanquish the Weak, but we're not taking that over Deadly Alliance. I don't care about a Protector. I kind of wish I was in blue, but this isn't a sign that blue's open. This is pick 2. So whatever. We'll take the Alliance. Past Alliance and Vanquish in the same pack. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I've seen Deadly Alliance and Subtle Strike quite a bit too. Hey, a good white MDFC and nothing else I want in our deck. Easy, easy, easy pick. I think I've got a play set of that, so yeah, I don't have to record that on the spreadsheet. Understand the logic, but Ben S does it and you watch it often. Doesn't always stay on topic either. Yeah, but does he like go off and play Stream Raiders or go off and play marbles and stuff? That's the thing that I really worry about. Whenever I've put up Twitch streams, that's where I get like a lot of downvotes on the video. Every video I put up gets 2 downvotes, usually within the first 5 minutes, which is suspicious. But Twitch streams, they get the downvotes. They get the downvotes. Maybe I'll try this one. YouTube people, hi. I'm deciding now this is going to be up on YouTube today. Let me know if you enjoy this or you want to see more. Thumbs up too. Thumbs up is useful. Thumbs up is very useful. Thumbs up helps the channel out. We get a Pack Beast or a Raptor. We're not really in a deck that's taking super advantage of the Raptor just yet, but the Raptor's never bad. But a Pack Beast is a Cleric, which is part of our plan here. We're not exactly getting the pieces for it, but it's the start to the plan. It's the start to the plan. Just like to be able to watch on YouTube. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I definitely know there's a lot of people who prefer YouTube to Twitch. One of the big things is I just really enjoy Twitch because we get to hang out and chat in real time, which is super different than me talking to nobody for an hour, which is why I have enjoyed Twitch so much. We get a Subtle Strike here. This looks like one of the packs where it's like, hey, black's open. The picks aren't amazing, but there are so many here that black does seem to be open in this direction, which is nice. There's also a Sellsword here, which I'm fine. I think we might not fully get into the exact cleric deck, but I think if we can just be sort of aggressive, we can get there. I've also been highly prioritizing 2-drops. The decks that I've 3-0'd with have had a chunk of 2-drops in them, like 10 2-drops. So I'm happy to keep doing that. Here we don't get anything that I really want. We're not playing this Electromancer. I would play the Skitter Sneak. I would never play Pressure Point. I would not be happy playing the Banneret, so I guess we have to take the Skitter Sneak. It's our first 4-drop, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Black-red party. We don't have the red to be party, and we do have 2 white MDFCs. We've got the Celebrant, which is going to go great with the Blight Priest and the Scion. So we're getting towards there. So I don't think we can really switch on over. The thing that we could do is be black-white party with minor. I have 0 wizards. Why do I have 0? Oh, because I put 1 away in the sideboard. We have, what, 2 warriors, 3 rogues, and 5 clerics. I think we can get away with the Seagate Colossus here. And I like it more than Sneak or Blood Beckoning or Banneret. We're going to have to get rewarded a little bit in pack 3. But it'll happen. We get a very late black MDFC. Get in the deck. Get in the deck. Better than any other card here. Ha ha ha. It came back around. It came back around. It came back. Are both Blight Priest and Celebrant commons? They are. Which is, I think, what makes the black-white deck really sing. I think the other trick is making sure you have the uncommon as well. And I think having only 1 of these is why my black-white decks have really underperformed. But of course, we can't just snap our fingers and get multiples either. You have to actually draft them. It's fun to theory craft what a good deck looks like, but you have to actually get there. Let's take the Angel Heart Protector. I might play it. I'm not going to look to, but I might play it. Misa Lynx. That's not going to make the deck. Neither is the Dreadworm. So let's take the Lynx for now, but it's going to get cut. Ox also probably won't make the deck, but Pressure Point definitely will not make the deck. Oblivion's Hunger, nope. And Seagate Banneret, nope. Alright, pack 3, reward me. I'll take it. I'll take it. Makes the Blight Priest better, makes the Scion better. So now we just need to get more Blight Priests. 23 pressure points? We could go for it. Their creatures would never get to attack and we would draw so many cards. Let's take the Celebrant here. Skyclave Apparition. I'm not the biggest fan of this card. It does not take bombs because it's taking CMC 4 or less. And it might upgrade the creature that you take. Maybe you take a 3-mana 2/2. They kill this because it's a 2/2. It's super easy to kill. And then look, they get a 3/3 back. I think I'm actually taking Feed the Swarm over it. I think I'm taking Feed the Swarm. Because this is removal and this is not a bomb. And I want removal. I want removal over value creatures. And we're gaining life, so Feed the Swarm doesn't even have a downside as far as I'm concerned. Shepherd also would be good, but I want the removal first. Kabir Takedown, you betcha. There's no Cleric payoffs here. This might come back around, and I think we're set up to be a deck that plays Practice Tactics, but let's take Kabir Takedown. What's our creature count? 14? Okie dokes, okie dokes, okie dokes. It's a whole bunch of MDFCs. I'm a big fan of that. Okay. I think we take the Blight Priest here. I think the Blight Priest is super important. Attended Healer is for the deck, but I don't like it. I don't want a 1/1 on the ground each turn. And it might not even be each turn. Does Core Celebrant count the cats? Core Celebrant would count the cats, but I think the Blight Priest is vital for this deck. The Nahiri's Binding also would be quite good, but I think the Blight Priest is vital. A third Blight Priest I think is great. I think this is going to make the deck tick. 2 Core Celebrants, 3 Blight Priests. That's a way to win right there. We win by putting those 5 cards on the battlefield, or some subset of those 5 cards. It counts the cats, but yeah, you only ever get 1 cat, but it would be 1 extra life and some amount of extra life loss for the opponent with the cats. So like if it came back around, I would take it, but I've otherwise been pretty unimpressed with it. We're definitely going to take an Expedition Healer. 2/2 gets lifelink almost guaranteed in our deck. Seems great. Seems great. What are we looking for playables here? We're probably going to take the Vanquish. We've got 26 cards. 1, 2, 3. 6 of them are lands. So that's 20 non-lands. We might not actually splash Zagras in this deck. I might just want consistent mana. So we're looking for like 1 or 2 playables. So Vanquish the Weak comes in. I would love a binding, but 3 Celebrants and 3 Blight Priests? Perfect. Perfect. He's always seemed deeply medium. I think he's great in green where there's a lot of trample. Yeah, let's cut him. Let's bring in the Sellsword. Yeah, this deck looks like a deck that I like. We'll take Protector, but I don't think it's going to make the deck. Yeah, if we had the uncommon, this deck would be amazing. Let's take the paired tactics. We're going to have to take a look at what's going on there, but I'm not sure if we have party people going on exactly. We're not going to play any of these cards. Let's take this one. Let's grab that, but we're not going to play it. And a Smite for the sideboard. All right, all right. This deck looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6. So we're gonna cut 6 lands, but we have 6 of these, so we're gonna add 2 lands back. So we want to be playing 19 lands. So we need to cut 4 by my count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 lander. We need 2 cuts. 2 cuts. I was in the same pot as Travis? Oh, cool. I did not know that. I saw that I was in the same pot as Lola, or somebody using Lola's name. I assumed his name was just Lola Man, like his Twitch name, but maybe not. We don't want this links. Get out of there. So party count. 12 clerics, because we have a pack beast. 2 rogues. And 4 warriors. I don't think I want 2 of these tactics, because they are going to be 2 damage a lot of the time. But there's a fine enough chance of them being 4 damage. And it's going to be super rare if they're ever 6 damage. We do still have that Ox in there that I'm not a huge fan of. Seagate as well. Because the Seagate is going to be 6 mana. Maybe 5. At 5 it's totally fine. At 6 it's less fine. I think we don't want the Colossus in either. So I might pull in... Outrider fits the curve. Adds another creature. Because creatures are what we're going to want with 3 Celebrants and 3 Priests. Maybe I do just want a 2-drop. I said I was loving 2-drops in this set, and they were the things bringing me to victory. Yeah, let's maybe go with that. I'm going to take a quick break. 1.5 minutes max. Which is another trick for the YouTube video, I guess. It's not good to have breaks in a YouTube video. But at that point, I'm starting to have to like edit the video, and it's becoming a lot of work. I'll have to think about that. But I'll be back in just a little bit. Hang tight and play some Wars on stream. Be right back. I suppose my breaks aren't that long. So it's probably just fine. And YouTube people get to see that you guys get to play fun games during the break. So maybe that'll be fine. Ben was talking about that on stream. He bought a mini fridge so he gets up less frequently. That is unhealthy. I've actually started taking slightly longer breaks just to get up, especially when I'm doing like 4 to 8 hour streams. There are unhealthy habits you can get into by being a content creator. So not taking breaks is not something that I'll be looking to do. Let's play. Let's play. I will say the views have been great the past like month or so here on Twitch, to a point where if we grew like a bit, 15 extra viewers, 20, I would be in partner territory, which would be pretty cool. This doesn't do anything, but we'll draw gas. We'll draw gas. Just play on the toilet. Fair. That is an option. A mole. Cool. Uh-oh. So this is something that I've noticed on Arena. Everybody's playing aggro. I drafted a lot yesterday. I drafted 4 times, 5 times. 99% of the decks, it was not 99, it would have been like 89 or 88 or something percent of the decks were aggro, red white aggro or mono red aggro. So be ready for those. Maybe that's why I value 2-drops a little bit more, but people are definitely loving themselves some aggro. So you know what stops that? Life gain. Life gain stops that. Bug catcher? Sure. Let me tell you, we got some tactics for that. Sure. Deal you 2. May need to adapt to the meta. Yeah, but the issue with that is you have to be, like, you have to actually face the decks, right? Like, it's appearing like it's the meta, but there is some variance in what you end up facing. And so I'm really not a fan of being like, well, there's a lot of aggro today, I'm going to draft super, 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 super wall deck. And then you get into a draft and your opponents are not playing super, super, super wall deck and you lose. Yeah, not the hugest fan. I understand the philosophy behind it, but... all right, we're going to practice tactics the Fireblade Charger. Like, this is the exact deck that I just keep facing, is Scavenged Blade BS on this. And if you don't draw perfectly, you die very quick. Not even perfectly. If you draw cards and lands, you crush these decks. So let's attempt to crush the deck. So we kill the Fireblade Charger, and probably we take 3. They might put 3 on the Celebrant just so that I can't block. But let's tactics the Charger and see where they put that 3 damage. If they put it on the Celebrant, that just means it's 3 less damage for me. Wasn't this the deck you took 18 on turn 4? Yeah, this was the deck that I took 18 on turn 4 from 2 creatures on stream on Wednesday. I will say, if this just becomes the format's going to be significantly less good. Interesting. That's not where I would have put that, because now we can block that 3 and everything's fine. Subtle Strike's also going to be great. Yeah, so here, there's an extremely good chance that they didn't kill us fast enough and their deck's going to have significant trouble closing out the game. Which is also why I don't like playing these strategies. So what we do is we block here and kill it. We go Subtle Strike, -1/+1. We do a -1 here so that we don't take 2 damage, we take 1. We do the counter here so that we still trade. Or not trade, sorry, kill it. And then we have Shelter just in case there was a combat trick or something. Nope! Not today. Not today. Another Bug Catcher? Sure. We do need to find one more land, which I think means they have nothing in hand. We need to play that out and pass the turn. Battle ready. We got a battle ready. We'll do that during sideboarding. So this is going to be obnoxiously big, right? It's going to be a 5-2. So what's that going to make the healer? What does this do? It's always +2/+0. It's just there's nothing special about it. Okay. So it'll make the healer a 4-2. We can afford to take it. This comes down as a 4-4. We gain 1 life. Yeah. Alright, so we play the land. We drop the Scion. We gain a life. We get a counter on the Scion. We pass the turn. Now we have to trade. And I figure we trade with the Celebrant. Hey, David Fast, how's it going? I guess we double block and just say, hey, what do you want to kill? Because if we have a 2/5 left behind, that's amazing. Yeah, and that way we're not dead to trample. What do you fear the most? Hopefully they fear the Celebrant more because we have 2 more of those left. And if they kill the 4/4, we're replacing it with another 4/4. Scorch Rider, yup. Null Priest, hi. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. How much do we want a Celebrant back? Perhaps a lot? Perhaps a lot. Plus it's an extra blocker. Boom. And boom. And life gain. And counter. And pass. Alright, there we go. There we go. Getting back in. Still going to have to trade with that Scorch Rider, I think, with the Scion. I guess we could jam a Null Priest underneath it. Gain 2 life, get another counter on the Scion. Yeah, let's do that. Not a fan of them potentially establishing the board here, but I don't think they are with 1 mana. I'm just glad we survived that initial onslaught. That's where I get very, very worried about these decks. We've got a Zoth Consumption opening, but I don't think we need to use it. I think we just go McKindy Ox. Gain a life, make Scion a 7/7. And then I'm wondering if we come on and slam. This is a 3-turn clock they're on with Scion. Hold up land for next turn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start this clock going. I guess we have to jump with the Ox here. Well, no, we trade with the Ox. Yeah, let's get in with the Scion. Plan to trade with the Ox. Because I'm definitely not letting that through unblocked. That's not a thing that's going to happen. And actually we've got lethal with Zoth Consumption. We take him to 8. This becomes an 8/8. We deal 8. So we are going to block here. Resolute Strike's fine. Got a card out of their hand. Uno cardo in hando. They're not going to show me it. So we just have to go for the win here. And at least we're not dead either. So boom, boom, boom. Whew. And that's why that's why I'm not a fan of the red-white meta, because they win extremely quickly or they lose a lot of the time. That's why I just never look to play those decks. I'll play them if my draft kind of went sort of poorly. Oh, it's best of 3? Yeah, you will never find me playing best of 1. You will never, ever, 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 ever find me playing best of 1. So Smite the Monstrous only hits their equipped stuff. So I'm not interested in that. Combat Trick is a sort of cute spell. The Practice Tactics, though, hit a lot. They've got Bug Catcher, Fireblade, Expedition. I could see bringing in another Tactics. You assumed Best of 3 was locked? No, Best of 3 is available the day it comes out. You might just have the arena play modes turned off, which hides stuff from you. Because WotC. Yeah, it's a powerful glass cannon, which just simply isn't how I play Magic, right? I think most people know that. I guess the trick is if we fall behind and have nothing on board, these do nothing. Whereas this does the same thing. I guess we also have to have a creature down for that. I guess the other question is, what do I cut? And I don't think I cut much. Let's go back in. Just a lot of limited YouTubers seem to want to play best of one, which seems odd. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into why people play best of one, right? Some people really put their self-worth on being mythic ranked, whereas when you understand that mythic rank is actually infinitely more related to how much time you play and far less related to how good you are, you kind of stop caring about that a little bit. As well, it's just the most popular format, so that's what people watch. So I think one of the reasons that people don't watch my stuff as much anymore is because I play best of 3. And that's just not the popular way to play Magic anymore, but I played best of 1. And that was a recipe for me wanting to quit Magic for good. So I'm not going to do that. I learned my lesson. So this is a 2/3, and we get to block it super well with our Mesa links here. Grotag Bug Catcher, sure. Get down our links. So barring a handful of removal, this looks like one of those starts where we don't really fear this deck that much. You're gonna... What was the combat trick last time? They had a Resolute Strike +2/+2. So we block this and we take nothing. They can Resolute Strike their Hellhound all they want. Ah, Inordinate Rage. Didn't see that coming. Also, it's not an oops, asshole. It's not an oops at all. Regardless of what I blocked, it was going to die. Yeah, there we go. You're going to get muted. All right, all right. Let's ruin this person, shall we? Let's get down to Celebrant. They had 2 Resolute Strikes? Okay. So they've got 2 Resolute Strikes and an Inordinate Rage, so they are very much glass cannon. Glass cannon. Here's my cards. Did I win? I'm not going to block this time. Yeah, give people the ability to just be a jerk with emotes, and they will be jerks. That's how it works. Oh no, did you only have combat tricks in hand? Oops. 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 We're going to get the Sellsword down so that our Kabira takedown does 3. Now this one is, yeah, this is outside of combat. We're going to pass the turn here. So we'll get them, we'll get their combat trick here. That's why your emotes are disabled. There's a smallish amount of people who are nice, and as a content creator and people might recognize me, I want to be, you know, nice back to the nice people. So that's why I keep them unmuted. But the fact that they also mute the cat when you disable them, or the owl, the cat's not as bad, the owl's worse, pushes me definitely more towards just disabling them forever. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go block and yeah, we're gonna go block and block. We're gonna say, hey, what's your combat trick? Resolute Strike? Sure. Oops. 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 So we could be able to take down that and they trade. That's fine by me. Fine by me. All right. Well, we're going to Angel Heart Protector, hold up Sajiri Shelter. No attacks, and then we're going to have to look for our next black source, I suppose. Noticed you're very lagged, so your comment might not make much sense. Anyways, ruin the opponent? I plan to ruin the opponent. Thank you very much. Silent Show. Oh, I forgot the battle. I forgot the battle. I was thinking last night, I need a big blinking light on my stream deck that reminds me of battles. So we'll see if that's something that I am able to figure out. We'll get the battle in for the sideboard, especially if people remind me of that fact. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. Yeah, I'll get a sellsword back, why not? Creatures seem good against aggro. Give. So now we just have to not flood out, which shouldn't be too bad. Especially because we have so many MDFCs. So we'll draw lands, but they'll actually be good. Spike Field, rude. Why am I tempting fate? Entertainment value. Yeah, MDFCs, we've drawn what, 2 MDFCs? 3, so we only have 3 left. So we've got, I mean, we do have a lot of lands. Okay, they're spending their whole turn, everything. They're going all on in. And they're not going to have an attack because we've got the sellsword here. Taking the Protector. Intriguing. You want to trade? I don't think you do. I don't think you do at all. Alright, alright. Every creature drains a life. Sure, that's fine. Every creature drains a life and puts a counter on the Scion. No attacks. Ne pas de les attaquer. Synchronized spellcraft? Sure. Whatever. I'm still at 20. You're not attacking me either, bud. We'll keep this Sajiri Shelter in hand. I chose not to cast my Sajiri Shelter. I'll take 4. Practiced tactics. Smashy smashy, because we're not blocking. Don't have a pump spell, please. Sure. Attack me, bro. Kill Fireblade Charger, take 5. I think that seems better. They can't re-equip this turn. They have to spend their next turn re-equipping. Opponent registered 6 lands. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, let's get this trick back going. Why am I getting text messages? I never get text messages. Oh, right. I briefly looked. Stop it. I briefly looked at a cookie store from Instagram and looked to see what their shipping was, which required me starting to fill out an order. And now they continue texting me, telling me that I still have items in my cart and I should buy them. They're trying to guilt me into buying cookies. I don't want to. All right, let's keep this going. They're going to haste me to death at some point, but until that point. Let's keep this going. Yeah, I tempted fate by saying that we wouldn't flood out. Smashy? Passy? Expedition Healer. Oh no. Severed Blade. Glass Cannon dot deck, eh? So they're... Jesus. They are locked into blocking our Blood Priest, right? So we just come in with team. Yeah, we definitely come in with team there. They are priced into blocking that. And then just for... Do we get in the extra point? Yes, because that would be lethal next turn if they top deck a land. So let's go Subtle Strike. -1, +1. So they top deck anything other than a creature and they die. They top decked a creature. They top decked a hasty creature, but it ain't gonna attack us. Ain't gonna attack us at all. I don't want to play against this deck again. Do they have a combat trick in hand? If they have a combat trick in hand, we die? No, we don't die. It would have to be 2 combat tricks. We've seen their Resolute and we've seen their Inordinate Rage. Somebody said they had a second Resolute Strike. I don't remember seeing the second Resolute Strike. The trick is that their gas is going to be better than our gas, but we are out of Blight Priests, unfortunately. We have a Deadly Alliance left, right? I think we have a Deadly Alliance left. We have a Zoff consumption left, right? Yeah, we have a Zoff consumption left. No attacks. No attacks. The red-white nonsense deck seems to me to just be a best of one. I could see that. I could see a lot of people who drafted best of one just being like, oh, this is how you draft this format. I'll take 5. Because we're a little bit locked into draft or finding that Zoff consumption, right? What does the Ox do again? It taps a creature with a landfall, so we could get an Ox. We get a Skitter Sneak instead. So unfortunately, by the power invested in Fireblade Charger, we're dead. Don't want to play a third match against this deck. Yeah, so we're dead if we block and we're dead if we don't block. Fun! I like Afflict. I like Afflict. Alright. So, we need their things to die. I think we bring in another Practice Tactics. And I think we cut out... We can't cut out a creature. We need creatures for our things and doing the things. There are no spells to cut out, though. So I think we cut out the Ox. Yeah, cut the Ox for that Practice Tactics. All right, let's go back in. We are fine. We are fine as long as they don't curve out perfectly. I just hate playing against Glass Cannon decks feels bad, right? Because you know that you play this deck 10 times and you're going to win most of the time. But that's not how Magic works. That's not how life works. We're going to keep this. We are not going to play that Kabira takedown as a land. We're going to play land, get down a creature, go from there. Boop. Hellhound? Sure. Don't care. Drop the Sellsword. Land? Sure. No blocks. Healer? Sure. Smashy Smashy, want to trade? Just kidding. And we'll pop down a Lynx, because that'll block the Hellhound quite nicely. And go from there. And go from there. I'm feeling bad about liking the Fireblade. The Fireblade is good if you're just going to aggro people to death. That's just extremely not how I play. Except right now we are going to try to aggro them to death. Like, the problem with the Fireblade is that you should have so many playables that you just don't have a space for it. A Scorch Rider? Sure. So we have to play this for no value so that we can take down the Scorch Rider. And get in for 6 and drop into 11 here. Anything else? I'll take 2 because I'm going to gain 2. Haha, you fool, you did no damage to me. We're unfortunately very all in here. Sure, attack me for 2 again, I dare ya. Journey to Oblivion? Sure. Oops. We should be pretty good now. Sure. That's not the correct target. You should have killed the Menacer that's gaining me life. Don't give into their BSery. Ooh, a Stampede. That will win us a game. Scavenge Blade. That's a top deck. It's not really a top deck. GG. 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 Bye. We did it. Stream Raiders battle. Let's get this going. The game. It's pretty straightforward and simple. Just need to do a Kamloops style pre-release weekend. I did a midnight into a 7 a.m. once. And never again. Never, ever, ever again. The upside is we've passed an hour, so theoretically I've got my challenge completed. Let me make sure that actually happened. Hey, it happened. I get my extremely minimal reward. This is fine. Sellsword into Celebrant? Because I'm on the play, I'll play that Sajiri Shelter. And then we just need creatures and a swamp. Fine by me. Fine by me. No marbles yet. We'll do marbles at the end since this is just going to be a short stream. We'll probably finish up this draft, do some marbles, and then call it. It's a little bonus stream. Aim to finish around 5, maybe 5:30. Did you miss the only draft? You missed the draft. But this is the other part of the draft. Would have been nice to have black, eh? We're going to drop a Celebrant and... What are you, blue? I'm not going to trade. Yeah, find a Blight Priest. Blight Priest in a swamp. Blight Priest in a swamp. Don't jinx it. Otherwise, we'll find 3 Blight Priests before we find our first swamp. That's a Plains. Celebrant. Good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Pass the turn. I think this is a party deck. I guess we have Rogue, Cleric, Warrior about ready to get going. We're gonna get got. Luckily, we're gonna gain so much life that like even 3 in the air isn't a threat just yet. Kind of surprised I'm not splashing Zagros. I have faced so much aggro in the last day over like 4 or 5 drafts that I'm very hesitant about going wacko hooray 3 colors without fixing or something, or being in green. Like Sidian, you weren't around. Were you around? You weren't around for much of the first match, I don't think, unless you were just quiet. Um, I do know that kind of thinking is wrong, and that's what I was even saying today. But I don't want to lose to red-white aggro anymore. I'm kind of tired of it. But I also just don't think this deck wants it. This deck wants to just clog up the board and jam those Blight Priests. We need to find a swamp, though. Like, real bad. Like, yesterday. Because we're just going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. Most likely. Like, we're gaining a lot of life, but we're not gaining 10 life. It's not how I thought that wizard was going to fly, but it is flying nonetheless. Oh, you were talking about this deck, the opponent's deck being the party deck. Yeah, the opponent's deck is definitely the party deck. You can double pump. You can triple pump the Seast. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I don't think I've ever really had the mana to do it. But you can multi-pump it. That's cool. That's really cool. Alright. Guess I'll die? Like, we don't even show them our second color, right? We could kill... We could kill the Expedition Diviner and then die. Yeah, we don't even show them our second color. Swamp was 1 turn late. I think it was a lot of turns late. The second they had that 4/3 flyer down, plus the 3/2 flyer, plus the unblockable, that was going to be rough to come back from. So they've got smite target, smite target, smite target if they double pump. I think we bring in a smite. And I don't like the Ox. The Ox honestly probably shouldn't be in there. This deck really needed one of the sweepers. There aren't really any sweepers. There's the 8 mana one. The black one wouldn't have killed most of the threats there. The 8 mana sweeper, like if we get the 8 mana sweeper is good. Like don't not ever play it. But we would have had to have gotten to 8 to have played it there, unfortunately. I kind of wonder why the only sweeper is 8 mana. I've seen so many board stalls that I think this format probably could have used a little better of a sweeper. Let's get ourselves a Celebrant down. Sneak being multi-pumped has shot your evaluation of it right up. My evaluation was already high. I already think that card's fantastic. I think we need to vanquish the weak. That Tactician... No, it's not attacking with a warrior next turn. We can take one more turn of celebrating here. Because then we could even take it. I'll probably vanquish it still. Just print Damnation? Yeah. Taking 3? Sure. Back down to 20. Null Priest of Oblivion. Jwari Disruption does not get us. Anti-Cognition can't hit non-creatures. If they have a negate in hand, good job. Resolute Strike would be a pain, as would Sajiri Shelter. It is instant speed, but that gives them more chances to draw. They're going to untap this land before they attack. I think we vanquish now. Perfect. As planned. Are we winning by dealing a point of combat damage? We're gaining a bunch of life. So let's get in for 2. If they hit us back for 2, I'm pretty okay with that. Rift was arguably only the second best rare in its set. I feel like there were more rares that were better than Cyclonic Rift in that set, for limited anyways. Expedition Diviner, well, there's a Kabira takedown target. Give me one more land so that we can celebrate and take down. That would be cool. They're going to get to draw a card, but we don't really want a 3-2 in the air. Let's take it down. That's not proper sequencing. Let's make sure we're dealing 3 damage. But if they have an answer, it's not going to change anything. Boop. Draw your card, in for 2, and now we just need to find a Blight Priest, or 2 or 3. And then we go off. Their own core celebrant. How will I win? Seagate Banneret, sure. Alright, Blight Priest me. Blight Priest me one time. One time. That's not a Blight Priest. You get Menace? You get Menace and +1/+0 sometime very far in the future. We are going to drop you, though, because there's not much else going on here. And gain 3 life, because 3 life is nice to have. Right. Right. Also, yes, as people ask at the start, am I enjoying this set so much that I did a bonus stream? That is also the other reason that I did this draft. I did this stream, because I'm enjoying the set. 2 is fine, we'll gain that back by playing 1 creature. Which is something we're not going to do this turn. But you know, we could have, if we'd gotten there. Your turn. I actually don't know if we would have played anything, there's nothing to bring back from the Null Priest. Find me the Blight Priest and then we're good. I guess we're going to start taking 3 in the air, which still doesn't matter that much. The Flyer's a 6/6 when it comes down, right? Yeah. Yeah, we play the Scion of the Swarm and it just magically becomes a 6/6 out of nowhere. I'm not going to Deadly Alliance that Royal Mage. I don't care. Let's gain 3 life. Sounds good to me. You gonna anti-cog it? Yeah, I love this card now. This card works so well. Also, I can just pay for that. Triggy, are you ghosting me? Do you really not want me to have these spells up? I'm gonna pay for it. Pass. Land for turn, pump and attack. Pumpa-lumpa. Oh, you're gonna play something. Intriguing. I guess do we just kill the Celebrant so that we can actually attack in? Do we just kill the Celebrant so that we can attack in? I think we do. They're down to 2 cards. The long game heavily favors me. Yeah, but you're a long game player, right? How many cards in their yard? 3? It's going to be so long for us to get this up to 8. I also worry just because we have not flooded out here, which means we do have a lot of lands left in our deck. I guess we need to be able to take down another flyer if they ever have one. I could also come in with Skitter, Sneak, and Sellsword here, because we're going to be able to buy back one if they block. If board stall continues, you gain advantage. You're missing a big asterisk there. If I don't flood out. So I get to kill the banneret. Fine by me. Can't pump that twice, right? It's 8 mana, or 5, it's 10 mana to pump it twice. It is instant, but in that case I would have used it on my main phase in order to get a really good attack through. Yeah, we're gonna save that. You know, it's always good to use your instant. We want pro way, right? Yeah, we're getting hit with practice tactics. It's always good to save your instants until the last moment, but there's a lot of times where you shouldn't, just to force damage through. And then next turn, if we want, we just Null Priest back the Sellsword, because now this puts us at quite a bit of an advantage. Because you always have to remember, playing to the long game means you're giving your opponent way more draws and way more chances for them to find their long game plays. Yeah, people definitely do get a little bit caught up with playing instants and sorcerer, or instants at only instant speed. And the trick is like, especially when you start out learning the game, that's extremely useful and important information, and you're going to be right way more often than you're wrong to save it until the last moment. But then at some point you do have to learn to use it a little bit more readily. Does this kill anything else? Creature or planeswalker? Okay. I'll take 2. I care not. Alright, what are the odds they have another anti-cognition? I'm not spending my turn. I'm not spending my turn to predation a single card hand. Not putting the risk of that happening. Let's gain a whole bunch of life. Let's bring back that Sellsword. Let's gain another whole bunch of life. Boom, 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 boom. And smash. Smash. Probably play instants about 70-30. Yeah, I could see that. There's a fair bit of time where it's just smart to get that damage through, right? So they're just going to block and take 3. Sounds good. There is a lot of Planeswalker hate in the set, which I like, because that means that they are understanding that they're problem cards and that they should be interactable. Ah, they have become afraid. Now you're going to show me what's in that little hand of yours. Super, super, super strong likelihood of whiffing here. But at least we'll have the information. We get rid of a smite, that's fine. So they've got a Zulaport Duelist. Big whoop? Or biggest of whoops? So what happens with that Skitter Sneak? We come in. They Zulaport and quad block. It becomes a 2/4. It becomes a 1/4. We Deadly Alliance something. It becomes a 2/4, and we kill that and that. And by quad block, I mean tri block, of course. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come in with Mr. Skitter Sneak here. Because then they're in top deck mode with nothing left. How main deckable is Smite? I don't really like it as a main deck card. If you have a spot, fine. I prefer putting it in game 2 or game 3 after, kind of after the fact. Okay, so that's not exactly the block I wanted, so we'll let that happen. And I don't need Deadly Alliance up here, so let's Sellsword. I've seen it more than you'd ever play it. Yeah, absolutely. People are going to main deck it because, you know, kind of the... Keep in mind, arena players are typically going to be more casual, maybe less informed about draft. I wanted that. And, you know, you see a card that says destroy that big scary thing. Destroy that 7/5. And you don't realize that a significant portion of the time there just isn't a 7/5 on the board. All right, so we are going to shoot the 7/5 because that's a thing that needs to go away. That's going to give Skitter Sneak Menace and 4/4. So we can come in for 4 and nothing else because everything else is an X1, which hurts a little bit. They would have triple blocked a Celebrant? Yeah, possibly. Boom. And pass, and let's not flood. Let's not flood. That was fast. I mean, I do think that we had won that game. I think there might have been a couple more turns. They're not really killing my creatures, so I'm considering another practice tactics. Gets their flyers out of the way. The long game favored me, so you're right. Yeah, was that a long game? I think that might have been a mid game. So like practice tactics with one creature down kills most of the things they've shown me. So I'm actually going to bring in another practice tactics. And I put that smite in for one card. Why did I do that? Did we see a second 4-power creature in game 1? Yeah, I don't want that smite in. We have ways of killing the 7/5. The Flying Wizard. But the Flying Wizard's a 3/2, right? Oh, the land Flying Wizard. The sometimes Flying Wizard, yes. Yeah, I think our tactics will do better than the smite will. I say that. They're going to have like a turn 4 7/5. But that's how it works. 9 minutes left on that battle. How are we doing? How are we doing? We got 47 in. Get your units in. Get your units in. 2-drop, 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 3-drop, both colors. Love it. This hand looks A+. What's our play pattern here? I guess it depends on if they have a 2-drop. If they don't, I might get greedy and go for the 3/1. If they do, I guess we drop the healer and get the Blight Priest going. Are they still thinking about their mull? No, they're on their main phase. Had an opponent go in hard on the 7/5s. Had 3 disenchants in your sideboard. Pretty good. All right, well, that shows us that we're not going to drop the Sellsword. That decision's been made. Royal Mage, sure. Drop the healer. Fly. Fly away. All right, they're going to anti-cognition my healer here, right? Or they're going to anti-cognition my priest or whatever I play. So let's see about getting in for 2. All right, they have something other than anti-cognition in hand, but they might also have anti-cognition in hand. What do they have? What do they have? What do they have? They had a practice tactics. They had a practiced tactics. All right, if you have the anti-cognition in hand, you're going to use it on this sellsword here. They don't have an anti-cog in hand. Good info. Good info, good info, good info. No whammies. I'll take 2, that's fine. A-okay by me. Smashy smashy? All right, they have a practice tactics in hand, right? They have a practiced tactics. So we -1 the banneret. No, we -1 the Royal Mage. And +1 the healer. They don't have a practice. What was that big pause on the previous attack then? They just bluffed me hard? Maybe they just bluffed me hard. Huh. Well then. I played myself. I got too many levels deep. Too many levels deep. These Blight Priests are going to be great. Umara Wizard. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good play. Good play. I am super happy to trade that if you want. Trades? 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 Trades. Yeah. Yeah. I feel, are super unlikely to predation them. So I think we want to get that down. Land return, insta-pass. I like an insta-pass. We're going to bash in for 5. Get ourselves a Blight Priest, and I think we're going to go to the finals. I think we're going to go to the finals here. Still lots of ways to die. Really sad we didn't find a single Blight. Yeah, when we had 3 of the Celebrants down, finding 1 Blight Priest would have just been amazing. Now, of course, we're going to top deck a 3rd Blight Priest and never see a Celebrant. A 7/5. Shut up, me. So what happens here? We drain them for 2. They go to 7. We attack, they block, they take 5, they go to 2. That's not exactly the lethal that I want, but we would deal 3. We could practice tactics and finish off the Colossus. That sounds pretty good to me. Drain, drain. Smashy smash. I guess we get blown out if they block the Pack Beast, but there's no way they're going to block the Pack Beast. They're going to eat a Blight Priest here. Like, there's no way they're going to go to 1 with 2 Blight Priests on the table. Was McKinley Stampede not lethal there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shut up. I don't need no chat lethal in this chat. Yes, it would have been 9 damage and they were at 8. But I wanted to get the Celebrant down. I had to get that win. That was important to my mental health. Sneaky Draft, how's things? We are 2-0 going into the finals. D Sumso, thanks for the 2-month primary sub. It wasn't chat lethal, it was lethal. Fine. Seagate Restoration, I have to claim that in my pointless spreadsheet that I've put enough effort into that I have to finish it. All right, let's go to the finals. Let's go to the finals. Yeah, and a free draft token too. Yeah, I got the Mastery Pass because I in the last set I picked it up as well. I mathed it out, and assuming you finish it, which is the trick, and I finish it with draft. I have not played a lick of Constructed in an extraordinarily long time. If you math it out, you don't make money. You just get enough. I think you get like 3,500 gems worth of real value out of it. So by real value, I mean gold, gems, draft token. The draft token is honestly what saves it. And packs of sets that you have a full set of, and therefore are 20 gems and rarely 40 gems, and sometimes 0 if you get a wild card. So yeah, as long as you're going to finish it, as long as you have full sets, it just pays for itself. Just. This hand's great. Keep it. We may or may not want to play that Kabira takedown, but I'm on the draw, right? I think I'm on draw. Just stopped ranked leader and it feels great. Yeah, yeah. I think we want the Kabir takedown down because we want to guarantee that we're getting Celebrant Blight Priest going on turn 4, right? We have, and plus that lets us, yeah. I love Kabir takedown as a spell, but we wanna get this show on the road. Yeah, I stopped draft or ranked ladder for draft a long time ago because I was so close to just quitting the game forever, and it has felt great. And I've always hated constructed, as Sidian says. So that ladder was never really good either. How many wild cards have I massed? I think I've got like 80-ish rares right now, 30 or 40 mythics, and utterly hundreds of commons and uncommons. All right. Let's get the pain train going. Let's see if we can win by never attacking. What would have to happen to get me to try Constructed again? I never would. I never would. I'll play Gladiator, but that's it. Man, if we could just top deck a Celebrant or Blight Priest. Nah, that's not what I want. What I do want, I don't really want to feed any of those things to the Swarm, so I think we're just going to go with Protector here, and that's a battle ready, and I'm going to do everything I can to remember that we have a battle ready. You, my friend, are invincible, but we don't have any attacks here thanks to their 1/4. There's a chance we have to kill their 1/4 at some point just to start getting through damage, but I want to save this for a white flyer, I guess, and this for a big green thing. Angel Heart Protector, sure, you still don't have attacks. 1/4s are beefy. They're beefy in the butt. Yeah, I'll take one. That's fine. Let's get a McKindy Ox down. Drain, drain, drain. There's a chance I do want to kill that Celebrant. And hey, fledgling, you're gonna die. Go away. Not gonna let that fledgling live. Drain some more. Pass that turn. What happens to the Ox? Just gets killed by the Blightblade? I'm fine. Speaking of Gladiator, viewers of the stream, you can take part in a Gladiator tournament starting this weekend. Just subscribe here on Twitch and join the Discord, and you can beat me easily, despite the fact that I believe I won the last Gladiator tournament. Yeah, we are doing a Gladiator tournament this weekend. Assuming we can get one more person, I guess we'll do it anyways, but I'd really like to get one more. What died? How die? Rabid Bite die. Okay, well, we've got a lot more of those. That's fine. Tap you. Sign of the Swarm. One turn too late. So we send in Ox. We only kill one thing because they block a 3/2 and a 2/3 on it. Yeah, no attacks. This has to be a good limited deck if the drain's possible. Yeah, we've got 3 of the Celebrants and 3 of the Priests and 1 of the Scions. So if it can get going, it'll go. It'll go in a half. All right. I do want to get attacks going here. And that Subtle Strike makes things very interesting. So I'm going to go in. What's my ideal pizza? Huh. It's an interesting question because I do like pizzas that are just like, hey, what are all of your ingredients? Put them all on the pizza. If it has to be like a set pizza, I like Canadian. Canadian's good. Which I guess if there are non-Canadians out there, they may not know what Canadian pizza is. So boop, boop. Kill them both. Get in for 3. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Canadian pizza is ham, onions, and mushrooms and pepperoni, I think. It's definitely ham, it's definitely onions, it's definitely mushrooms. I think there's pepperoni usually on it. I don't know why that specifically. Pepperoni, bacon, and mushrooms. Yeah, some places you'll get bacon, some places you'll get ham. You'll get a cured pork product. Whether that pork product is also smoked, who knows? I don't want to come in with that 5-5. They got another little thingy there. Let's just get in for 3 in the air. Pass that turn. Yeah, keep that land back. Never had ham on Canadian? Ham out here is... I don't think I've had... No, I've definitely had Canadian pizzas with ham, bacon on them. But yeah, ham out here is quite common. I think at Pizza you'll get ham on it. Nahiri's binding? Oh, that's rude. That'd be a I have 2 different ways of getting rid of it. 2 different ways of getting rid of it. I think I want to do this way. Because I could Sajiri Shelter. Like, I could attack with all here. And Sajiri Shelter as is appropriate. Like, I could even tap one of their Death Touchers here. And we basically Sajiri Shelter whatever the Blight Blade's blocking, which will probably be the Ox. I still don't think it's worth it. I think we just keep going in for 3 in the air. Save up the Sajiri Shelter in case they answer the Scion. Yeah, just don't feed the Swarm the Scion. That would be bad. You gotta click carefully. I think in that situation it would shoot up a little bit of a warning, being like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Which I suspect is very helpful for when this comes to mobile. Slamming in for 3 all day, every day. Sure. Go back to 19 life. Present a blocker. Why not? See if I care. Oh no, how silly of me. That has flying. Ugh. I am dumb. Damn it. I wanted them to block. Boop. Haha, successful boop. In for 3. Can you imagine how good it would be if we had a Celebrant still on the table? That would be great. Should have used the oops emote. This opponent's been fine. They haven't been a jerk like the first person. Only the first person deserved that kind of derision. In for 3. Second Blight Priest. Man, can you imagine if we had another Celebrant down? What do we got? We got 2 Celebrants out of 18 cards. We can get there. We can get there. A Deadly Alliance. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's the thickest of boys. We'll probably Deadly Alliance that. I don't want to have to deal with it. Null Priest. Null Priest. Bringing back a Celebrant. Uh-oh, opponent. Uh-oh. 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 2 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is lethal if they have Stone Nothing. No, they gain life. They gain life. Let's play it safe. They gain 2 life. It is not lethal. They would go to 1, I think. Well. What if I say no? Oh, what if I just take 7? Yeah, I found chat lethal. I'm chat now. Territorial Scythe Cat? Sure. Up to 5. Get a counter. You're only dead if I don't have a creature. And look at that, I don't have a creature. Tap that down. Alright, so now they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can just kill something. We can just like kill the healer. Feels like no instant slam for turn. It is Friday. It's a bonus stream. Yeah, it's me, variety streamer. I don't know how to play this card game. Yeah, I need you to do a quick stream to get a 20 hours in the month done in order to get some fabulous prizes from the creator program. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lethal? Lethal sounds good to me. Long-haired hippie? How dare you? All right, one more win, and we 3-0 this. So they've got some big boys. So that'll be a smite target. That could be a smite target. No, can I? That is a smite target. Slightly tempted by putting smite in the deck. Ox kind of did some work in that it blocked. Lots of hits for Palaka. Like, we're not cutting it anyways, but lots of hits for Palaka. Ox did do some work. I'll cut the Skitter Sneak instead. I think I like that. I think I like that. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I don't need insurance. My insurance is free. Except for the expensive stuff. Yeah, I just need 3 copies of 2 different black and white commons, and the deck churns. Hope Crackback returns with Zendikar Rising, but that might be too optimistic. Here in North Germany, we play paper tournaments with about 8 to 10 people in our house, yes. What's our situation? There are stores doing 8 to 10 person tournaments. I am not attending them. Our province and Canada has wholeheartedly jumped into the second wave. So I ain't doing that. We've got a battle ready. So I'm going to keep this, and we're going to get this battle going. We should be fine. 73 should be solid. So yeah, I'm going to keep, because this hand looks amazing, quite frankly. There's very little that can go wrong with that hand. Yargle running away with the most kills at the start. Cranman got the most assists going on. Stampede, that we will play tapped. Easy, easy, easy win going to happen here. Fearless Sledging. We need that to die next turn. So that's going to be a vanquish target. Mobile Jamfran with the most kills. MMP with the most assists. 5 gold to Y'all. Alto Guy with 3 Flag Bearer Scrolls. Atomic Squirrel with 10 gold. And Jaelora with 3 Archer Scrolls. Are we dying? Hey, I want that. Are we dying? We're not exactly dying. So let's do one more battle. Get your units in every 5 minutes if possible, so that we can do this one a little tiny bit early while we do marbles at the end of this stream. 5 minutes, get your units in. Yes, we need to vanquish that well we can and start going. Jiraga? Sure. Pub owners in your city are whining and crying about how they're following the rules. Yeah, I can see that. People are dumb. Yeah, let's get a Celerant down. Yeah, the removal hand. It's not a bad hand to have. I'm happy to trade here. I don't think they're going to. But if they do, A+. That Pack Beast isn't really doing a lot in our deck. It's doing enough, though. How complicated is the format? It is complicated. There are a lot of words on cards. There are a lot of decisions to make. It's not messy, though. Like Ikoria, I found messy. I found that set just so obnoxiously messy. I really want Blight Priest down. I also really kind of want to kill the Baloth. We're not vitally in danger of killing the Baloth right now. I guess Scion's a good card to get down as well. Let's start with Blight Priest. Go from there. Simple, but lots of decisions. Yeah, simple is not the right word, but it's clean is what I find. I find it's a very clean set with a massive amount of decisions to make. Shepherd's pretty good. Pretty good. I don't want to take too many more hits off of that Baloth. But just smiting's not really doing anything. The Professor, thanks for that follow. It's my favorite dish. That's a tough question. So this is a 4/4 coming down, which blocks the Shepherd at least. Probably eats removal, but I think this is the start of the go. My favorite dish. As an insight to how I eat supper, I eat something different literally every night. By a program called CookSmarts, which I love and am an affiliate of and have an affiliate link for you to follow. At some point I'll push CookSmarts more frequently. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of bread. Give me something with bread and I'm pretty happy. Alright, we have to kill that Baloth at some point. What are you? You're a cleric, aren't you? You sure are. Celebrant gains us 2, puts us to 11, drains them for 2, puts them at 17, makes this a 6/6. I think we Celebrant this turn. Celebrant this turn, take like one more hit, and then finally kill the Baloth. I wish that Alliance was like 1 mana cheaper right now. It's a fair bit of crackback, yeah. Yeah, because we're not really going to be blocking. I'm also not willing to slam that Scion into the Shepherd right now. Is Smite instant speed? It is instant speed. Yep, let's pass the turn and Smite. Favorite color? Probably blue. Blue and black, I think, tie. The trick is I'll play anything. I'll play whatever's open. But I think a lot of the decks that I find the most fun with are blue. So here's what we're going to do. No, that would open up to Practice Tactics. Practice Tactics is only 2. So let's go like that. Ask for a combat trick. I wanted a combat trick. I guess this opens up to a blowout from Sajiri Shelter. But don't play around on commons. Yeah, they're just going to sack it. That's fine. Yeah, I love bounce. Bounce is probably one of the big things that puts me in there. Okay. Okay, let's start doing some dumb stuff, shall we? Core Celebrant, let's get like 17 triggers here. What is it, like 5 triggers? 4 triggers? 7 triggers? I don't know what the math was there. So I'm still nervous about the Practice Tactics. Wait, did they have Practice Tactics, or am I thinking of the last match? I might be thinking of the last match. And Practice Tactics is 4 damage now. Combat Trick also blows me out. I think I go one more turn. Oh, no. I momentarily mixed up the casting costs. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Angel Heart Protector, sure. Sure. I'll take 1. 1 is fine. 1 is A-okay. They've gotten pretty party over there, eh? 3 out of 4 party members. I think we're just going to Zoff for the hell of it here. Or do I just want to get that Shepherd down? Let's Zoff. Let's get our health a little bit better looking. They have Rabid Bite. They did have Rabid Bite in their deck last time. So I'm gonna go for the I'm gonna test for the practice tactics here. Like 7's quite a bit, and we can buy back the Scion now with the Null Priest, and it's instantly gonna enter with 1, 2, 3. It's gonna instantly enter with 4 counters on it if we Null Priest it back. Looks like they're just gonna sack the Shepherd. That's fine. A-okay. Luckily, if they had Rabid Bite in their hand, they would have done it last turn. So they're looking to top deck Rabid Bite. Hey, Blight Priest number 2. You want to do some triggers? Jesus Christ. Lethal? Lethal? Well, I guess they can sack their Blight Blade and go to 1. Jesus. Yeah, just get yourself 3 Blight Priests and 3 Celebrants, and you too can 3-0 a draft. You too can 3-0 a draft, my friends. We'll upload this one to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you want to see more Twitch streams. I'm going to need to see engagement with it. I'm not going to be able to edit them. That's not going to be the thing that's going to happen, because if I had to download this and edit it, it would take usually like an hour to even begin downloading it, and then editing it and rendering it is another few hours. So they're never going to be edited. They're going to have breaks. They're going to have me chatting about, what did we chat about today? Pizza? COVID? That chatting's going to be there. So be aware. Be aware. Be aware. But thumbs up especially if you like it. A comment especially if you like it. And thank you for those of you who have been hanging out. I guess we're going to go do a little bit of marbles now that we successfully 3-0'd that draft. That is back-to-back 3-0s for me by the by.